Hi, Diana Lidstone here, growth strategist for, ambitious entrepreneurs who really want to catapult their profits and free up more time. So today I'd like to share with you the 3-step client attraction formula that will help you, yes, catapult your profits, but it's great for any industry, any business, any niche. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to walk through this 3 steps. I'm going to share with you 9 different, how should we say it, mistakes, shall we say, or reasons why prospects might not be hiring you. And you're also going to get a chance to evaluate your own business, because really it's not about me, it's about your business. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Good. All right, so the 3 steps, I'm going to draw them out for you. First of all, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the first one is about having a clear message. Number 2 is a compelling offer. And number 3 is about consistent outreach. Okay, those are the 3. So let's start with a clear message, because I firmly believe that everything else rests on having a clear message. And what do I mean by a clear message? I don't just mean, the answer to, so what is it that you do? I mean a clear message that is across all your marketing. It is consistent through your website. It is consistent through your social media. It is consistent across the board. So a clear message, right? So first reason that clients might not, or prospects, I should say, might not be hiring you. Number 1, I'm going to write them out for you, okay? Number 1 is too long. It takes you too long to explain what you do, right? Have you ever been to a networking event where you go up and you shake someone's hand, and yes, ultimately you ask the person, so what do you do? And they go on and on and on, and they can't succinctly explain what it is that they do. Well, if they can't succinctly explain what it is that they do, then how are you going to be able to understand them? How are they able to translate that into their website and into the rest of their branding? The truth of the matter is, you should be able to do it in 15 seconds. And if it is on your website, it needs to be 3 seconds. So you can't take too long to explain what it is you do and the results that you get. So number 1 is the time. Number 2 is maybe you speak what we call expert speak. So you get caught up in being the expert, and you're not relating what you do in terms of the person who's standing across from you. So let me give you an example. An example might be, for instance, a bookkeeper who says, I help you review your financial statements. And you go, yeah, what financial statements? Is that profit and loss? Is that a balance sheet? How often? You've got to speak in the language of your client. A great book on this is Jeffrey Shaw's book called Lingo, and he actually walks you through how to speak in client lingo, because it is a totally different language. Okay, so 2 mistakes here. You take too long, you speak in expert speak, and number 3, you sound like everyone else, right? You get caught up in that sea of sameness. So if I teach, and if you've been with me for any length of time, you know that I talk about never using these 3 words, right? 3 killer words. I am a. So if you say, I am a lawyer, I am a business coach, I am a bookkeeper, I'm a financial advisor, whatever it is, all you're doing is boxing yourself into a box with all the other bookkeepers, financial advisors, lawyers. And even if you say, well, I'm a family lawyer, you're still boxing yourself into that box of family lawyers. So in the back of your prospect's mind is a little voice that says, why should I hire you? And unless you can clearly and succinctly translate that, then yeah, you're not going to get clients. So you need a clear message. Now, what I would like you to do is I'd like you to take a moment and rate yourself on this. And so we're going to use the traffic light system. So we're going to use red, we'll say yellow, and green. So you rate yourself red. If you take too long to explain what it is, maybe you're getting into that expert speak, and maybe you sound like everyone else, okay? If you aren't getting clients, then I'm guessing that you're committing some of these major mistakes. And maybe you'll rate yourself green if, yes, 15 seconds I can explain what I do and people lean in and say, hey, I'd like to know more. If you can get clients, then you're green. If you're kind of in between, then let's rate yourself yellow. Okay? 3-step client attraction formula starts with a clear, succinct message. All right, so what is number 2? A compelling offer. So let's talk about your compelling offer. What are you selling? It's as simple as that. And if your prospect can't understand what you're selling, you haven't got a hope of selling it to them. So here's a couple of mistakes that you might be making that might be causing prospects not to hire you. Number 1 is you might be selling your process. Your process. So what do I mean? You might be selling bookkeeping. You might be selling financial advising. You might be selling energy work. That is your process. That is not what you are selling. And so you need to, in this, it's got to be in what I call demonstrated results. So a client of mine, when she first came to me, she was talking about how she was an energy worker. And I went, what does that mean? Really? Right? What does that mean? What kind of results do you get for people? And the more we talked and the more we dived into more what she was doing, she relieved chronic pain. Those are tangible, demonstrated results. And so her branding shifted and her clear message about demonstrated results, relieving chronic pain. So you have to be able to package it in such a way that it's about your demonstrated results. Number 2, too many offers. I know I've seen so many entrepreneurs out there and they think, I'll just launch one more thing and that'll be the magic bullet to me getting more clients. And so they have a plethora of offers. I do this workshop and that workshop and this workshop and that workshop. And secret, a confused mind never buys. And that's the truth. So if you're confusing your clients about what it is, or your prospects, if you're confusing them with too many offers, they're not going to buy. Secret, create basically 3 buckets. 1, 2, 3. Now a way to, might be a signature offer, but think of it as bronze, silver, and gold. Now, a signature offer is not about throwing a bunch of stuff into it, into an offer and saying, putting a high ticket on it. There is a very specific way of creating a signature offer, and it is not throwing a bunch of things in it. Because again, a confused mind gives up. Okay? So, too many offers. That is number 2. Number 3 is your pricing by the hour. Now, you know, a lot of entrepreneurs come from various industries, fitness, bookkeeping, whatever, and they have traditionally priced by the hour. But pricing by the hour doesn't allow for the value. And what do I mean by value? First of all, when you price by the hour, there's only so many hours in a week that you can work with clients because you've got a whole bunch of other things to do, right? You've got the bookkeeping, the admin, you've got the marketing, and there's only so many hours in a week. If you don't price by value, you're not going to make much profit. And so by creating offers, the word is compelling offers, that are priced by the value, that are titled by the value or the results, and you have, you know, one main offer, a downsell, and an upsell, it's pretty simple for your clients or your prospects to understand what it is they need to do and what they need to buy. So my question for you is, how do you rate yourself on the compelling offer? Red, yellow, or green? Is it well packaged so that a client immediately knows what the results are going to be? So for instance, 6 sessions of hypnotherapy, you want to buy that? Or would you rather buy, right, a program, a 6-week program to stop smoking forever? Which would you rather buy? I'm guessing it's the second one, right? So compelling offers need to be talking about your demonstrated results. You've got to keep the offers to a minimum, and you have to price by value. So red would be if you have, rate yourself red, if you've got a whole bunch of offers, you've got way too many, you're not talking about the end result that your prospect actually wants, and I'm sorry if you're pricing by the hour. Green, if your titles are, and your package, maybe you have intellectual property. Your offers are titled by the results that they get. If you have simplified offers, and if you're pricing by value. And yellow if you're kind of somewhere in between. Okay? All right. Last but not least, consistent outreach. Here we are. Consistent outreach. So what do I mean by consistent outreach? First of all, it is your job, not your client's job, to get out there and get in front of them, right? Because those people who are top of mind and who have built a reputation, those are the people that get hired. So mistake could be, number 1, you're hiding. You're hiding in your secret entrepreneurial lab behind the computer, and you're going, maybe someone will find me. I've built a website, so maybe someone will find me. Well, that's a myth, right? Build it and they will come is a big myth. So let's not focus on that. You've got to get out there and you have to become a really good marketer. The truth is, you're in the business, not of bookkeeping, not of financial advising, not of being a coach. You're in the business of becoming a really good marketer. Because if you can't become a good marketer, you can't attract clients, and without clients, you don't have much of a business, right? All right, so that's number 1, you're hiding. Mistake number 2, you're spending time on social media, but it's more like with your peers, maybe it's kiddie videos, maybe it's whatever, but you're not building that know, like, and trust. So, you're doing social media and you're spending a lot of time on it, but it's not effective because maybe you haven't got a clear message, but you're not spending it in the right places. So remember, you've got to build that know, like, and trust factor. You've got to cultivate those relationships right? And just a quick one here. 3% of your ideal client is actually looking for you right now. 30% may not ever hire you because they don't like you, they don't like your voice, they don't like the way you look, whatever it happens to be. Which leaves about 67% of your ideal clients that you need to not only capture their attention, but you've got to cultivate that relationship. 67%. And the problem is that a lot of people are focused just on that 3% that are looking for you now. Look and cultivate the relationships with that other 67%. And mistake number 3 is that you are randomly choosing a marketing mix. Instead of choosing a marketing mix that is based, number 1, on your stage of business growth, and if you'd like to know more about that, check out the videos that I have on your stage of business growth and the Grow Meter. Number 2 is you're not choosing a marketing mix that's appropriate for what I call your DNA theme, right? DNA, distinctive natural advantage. And there are different themes. And what I talk about for your DNA is that why don't you build a business around what you're already great at? And when people randomly choose a marketing mix, then things are difficult. It's really hard to grow and be consistent. And when you do this, you don't have a marketing plan, a roadmap. I recommend that you have a 90-day strategic marketing roadmap, and it doesn't have to be complicated. I teach a 1-page marketing roadmap. 1 page, that's all. That's all you need. But there's some very key elements that you need to know. So consistent outreach. How are you going to build a plan that allows you to pick the right marketing mix, to be consistent with it, to be out there on, maybe it's social media, but to address that 67% and to be visible. So, time to rate yourself again. Red, yellow, or green. Red, if you are you're not consistent, you're hiding, you're not addressing that 67% that you need to cultivate, and that you have no marketing roadmap. That's red. Green, on the other hand, is I'm good, Diana. I'm consistent. I know which marketing tactics or strategies are best for me. I have a 90-day plan, and I'm cultivating this 67%. So, how did you do, right? How can you've rated yourself red, yellow, or green? Now my question for you is, would you like to turn those reds or those yellows into greens? And if you would, I'd be honored to help you do that. Simply reach out to www.dianalidstone.com/apply. And there's a very short questionnaire there which you can use to apply for a growth strategy session. And let's see how we can help you turn your reds into greens so that you have a simple three-step client attraction formula that works for you. So, as I said, let's turn those reds into greens, and I'll be talking with you soon. Take care for now. Bye.